hey, Sean, if you're considering buying good camera gear like Sony Alpha cameras or any of the Canon cameras that are out right now, or any other camera brand, a lot of these companies offer a support plan. And this isn't just a warranty, but Sony offers their Sony Pro support, and it's $100 a year. And with that $100, you get 3 cleanings where they'll pay to ship your gear to them and ship it back. They usually turn it around in just a couple of days, but they'll clean and maintain your lenses, your camera, your sensors. They'll fix and do repairs if need to, and it's usually an extra cost for that. But getting something like this for $100 goes a long way to making sure that your gear stays in pristine condition for as long as possible, and you get as much life out of it as you can possibly get. And especially with lenses, lenses are something that you buy and then you'll use for 10, 15 years, even if you upgrade whatever camera bodies you're using. By keeping your lenses properly maintained, oiled, cleaned, and free from dust and whatever else, all the things that they do when they take your gear in and clean it, that goes a long way to making sure you're getting the absolute most out of your gear. And so even more than a warranty necessarily from whatever shop sold it to you, having good support service can go a long way to making sure that your gear lasts you a long, long time and you get the absolute most out of it that you can get. And I'm very familiar with the Sony plan, and I've been a Sony Pro member for a few years now. And when I took my cameras into Burkina Faso in Africa and there's dust everywhere, when I've gone into donut shops and horse food manufacturers where there's just stuff in the air, that stuff gets into the cameras and gets into the crevices, and to have that professionally cleaned 3 times a year is really, really helpful. So if you haven't looked into it, look into it. Sony's great. I don't know about Canons, but my buddy Brett does.
Hey Sean, thanks for having me on. So I'm here to tell you a little bit about Canon's professional services. I've been a member of Canon Professional Services for like 6 years, 5 years, somewhere in there, 7 years, and a Canon shooter for about a decade. I love Canon cameras, big fan of their products on the still side and on the video side. Recording this today on my C200 and got my R5, my 1DX Mark III. I own a lot of stuff, but to keep all that stuff running properly, you gotta have support and service. So for Canon, they have the Canon Professional Services, and they got 3 tiers of this. I think it's like the silver, the gold, and the platinum. Most people I know do the gold or the platinum if you have a fair amount of professional gear. You have to have enough gear to qualify, but that's a pretty easy threshold to hit, in my opinion. If you have a couple of professional cameras and lenses, you're probably okay on that front. I have the Platinum membership, which is $500 a year, I think, or $400 a year. Gets you several free cleanings of various products, whether that's cameras or lenses. But most importantly, it covers your shipping to and from Canon. It also has a guaranteed turnaround time. They do your stuff first whenever it shows up. On average, I get my stuff back in about 48 hours. So I usually send my stuff out on like a Monday morning, and I usually have it back on my doorstep Wednesday morning. And that's actual time. That's like including shipping and everything. So that includes some basic repairs I've had done on lenses and cameras. Mostly I send them out for cleanings and cleaning checks or like minor adjustments or minor things wrong. But I've had some fairly major repairs done, and it's usually 2, and I think worst case scenario, a couple days. The only time that they would really have any problems is if they have to wait for parts. And in that case, with my Platinum membership, they would cover a loaner. So I'd actually get a replacement product to use. Now, that doesn't cover cinema products as much though. So like my C200 isn't really in that category. So for that, they have a cinema membership, and that's more aimed at studios and production companies that are doing all video. So I'm a little bit in between on that front, and I don't really have that much cinema gear. I got 2 cinema zooms, I got my C200, so it's not too crazy for me right now. That's a lot of equipment, but it's kind of okay to kind of deal with it, and they seem to still help me out even though I just have the Platinum membership on the photo side. Some of the lower tiers, the Canon's membership, they'll have shipping returns, but they won't cover the shipping out and stuff like that. You get a little less cleanings, and you get a little less discount on your repairs. So on my Platinum membership, I think you get 20 to 30% off my repairs. It's just a little bit lower level at the lower tiers of CPS. But I love them. They're amazing. They've been great to me. I get to demo products. I got a demo to the Canon R6 recently through my CPS Platinum membership, which is really neat. And I've done that with a couple products over the years, checking out video or photo equipment through my Platinum membership because I have like loaner access when I'm doing that. So I'm a really big fan of Canon Professional Services. Like I said, I've had them for several years. I pay for it every year happily. I send my stuff out for cleanings all the time. They come back super quick, and they're always great to me. They always take care of any issues I've ever had pretty quickly. And the big thing is that it's just super fast. I mean, 48 hours is great, so I can not have any downtime when my equipment's gone for a couple days. And that's pretty nice when you're buying an expensive camera like 1DX Mark IIIs or 1DX Mark IIs or R5s, stuff like that. It's really great to get that stuff back right away.
So look into whatever brand you use. Look into what services they offer as far as a professional support plan, because it may be a little bit of money a year, but instead of replacing all your gear or having it last you a much shorter amount of time than it could if it was properly maintained, that cost is going to be worth it very quickly. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye. And if you're looking for Brett,
thanks so much for having me, Sean. And if anybody's interested, they can follow me on Instagram at Brett in Real Life. And of course, right here on YouTube at youtube.com/Brett Carlson. So, sure, he'll put that on the screen. And we need a rematch on Nintendo, bud. So, hopefully, see you on there soon.